Monday at the DMV. The human digestive system. Winter in Scandinavia. A 10K wheelchair race. The runway at Logan Airport. Christmas Eve when you're 8 years old. The Korean War. The number of years MASH extended the Korean War. Joey Chestnut's bowel movements on July 5th. The amount of time between a political Facebook comment getting posted and actually making a difference. John Holmes' boxers during his first visit to Provincetown. Mike's only spelling bee appearance. The amount of time between a Christian starting to talk and them realizing nobody cares about their baby-killing ghost stories. The line for tortillas just south of the Rio Grande. The list of apologies we need to make for last week's episode. All of the things above were shorter than Dave's intros. Let's break the cycle. Maestro, hit my goddamn music.
Welcome back to Needless to Say. I'm Dave, and I'm here with 2 accidents and 1 big mistake.
I want to be. Can I be the mistake?
Yeah.
I want to be different.
Yeah, you're already there, pal.
Was there any doubt? I said it on a previous show. Your parents tried to abort you until you were 5.
There's a difference. Accidents are like those things. You're like, oh, I had an accident. It's okay. I can deal with it. Mistakes like fuck.
Yeah.
It's gonna be with me forever.
I definitely shouldn't have done that.
One of you guys want to trade and be in the accident? Then please. No, nobody. Whatever.
Oh, shit.
My mommy loves me.
So, without being too wordy or windy right now, I guess we can get our show started. But I don't know about you guys. It was a short week. We came back after about 4 or 5 days, right? And my week was kind of uneventful. From talking in our chat over the week, it seems like a few of us had kind of uneventful weeks, except for Brad. Brad seems to have the most that has gone on outside of the show. That you seem to have a lot that went on this week. I really nothing. Like work was quiet, home was quiet for me. I didn't have a lot.
I didn't have a bad week. It was actually a good thing. I can't talk too much about it, but I try to maintain this anonymity thing, but it's not working.
No.
But that said, the fucking sandwich video kind of threw that out the window, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. But that aside, my company is just got acquired. And so that's been kind of a big thing because everybody's kind of on edge. I work for a very young company.
Yeah, when you sent me that message, I thought you were like, oh, like my company just got acquired. I gotta fucking start looking for another job.
I had the same thought, which is a natural reaction.
Well, and
You guys want to do the podcast 3 times a week now?
Yeah. Guys, I'm bored and collecting all this unemployment. Really
Mike, how do you do it?
Yeah.
And I still don't want to do this damn podcast every week. Fuck you guys. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. It's a joke.
So it's a weird time. I'm a lot older than most of the people in my company. So they haven't been through it. I've been through this before, but I know what happens. And I know that one of the things that usually goes first is the remote guys are being scrutinized just a little bit more.
So you're like Stanley on The Office.
Maybe, except that he was at the office every day. To the new investors, I'm concerned that they're not going to see my inherent value. So I'm really being pressed now to go over the top to really make and justify my position in the company. I think we're going to be fine. Revenue's fine. I don't want to get too far into it, but I'm on edge. But I will say this, also a profitable week. A lot of cool things happen on that end. So at the very least, if unemployment doesn't come through, ramen's still coming in. So
It's a tough thing. I work for a company that actually has acquired other companies over the years. And when a big corporation like that acquires another business, it's because that business is profitable. So being bought is not necessarily a bad thing. Another company sees potential there. Now, there's always going to be some overlapping of services within the company.
Yeah.
That eventually they're going to see, like, all right, we don't need 2 of this.
Well, there's no other company. We got inherited by an investment, like an equity firm.
All right.
So basically, they want to own us.
Right.
But they say, no, you're making a shit ton of money. Keep going.
That's good.
And that's a good thing. And then in 3 years, when we triple the profit, which is what we're trending on anyway,
Yep.
then they'll flip us.
Nice.
So we're a commodity at this point. But again, as the remote guy, there's only 3 remotes in the company. A little on edge.
Sure.
A little on edge.
But you might, I mean, were you acquired by a company that's used to remote people, though? That's the thing.
They're an
you
equity
know?
firm. I don't think they're used to anything.
Exactly.
I
They're
think
looking at assets.
yeah.
So
They're like, if it's working, it's working.
Right. So
At
you're
the same
safer
time.
than you think in
Yeah.
that aspect.
But if I didn't panic, we wouldn't have a show. It's just what I do.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Craig, how was your week?
All this business talk is bothering me.
I don't feel smart enough to be at this table.
It wasn't too bad. I'm in the time of year right now where my work slows down for like 2 months where it slows down, and I'm in it right now.
After the holidays.
There's not enough like chapstick for the gay porn industry right now.
exactly. Everybody else is getting chapped lips because it's winter, so it starts to get sold off.
You just puck it up for a couple months.
No, but it's just one of those things. It just slows down
His lips.
and it'll start picking up again in mid to late March. But I'm not sad about it, to be honest with you.
You're never sad about it.
No, I prepare for it. That's the thing. There's
well,
a lot of people in my field don't prepare for it. They live crazy because you can make a lot of money in a week, but they'll spend a lot of money in a week instead of just looking at hey, I made a lot of money this week. Good. Let me stay on budget still.
Right.
There's a term for that, Mike. Never mind.
Wait a minute. Wait. Okay.
But so I'm prepared for it. So when it comes, I have this ability to say, okay, we don't have any work on Tuesday. We don't have anything scheduled for Tuesday. Okay, I'm gonna do something in my house, or I'm gonna sit on the couch and play video games all day. Doesn't matter to me because I'm prepared for it. But it'll come to an end, and then it'll be ridiculously busy. But other than that,
The ant and the grasshopper?
That was
what I
it.
was thinking?
I didn't, it was uneventful. I mean, other than the fact, I woke up with no heat in my house, and that was it Monday? And I got up, and I was like, you got.
Well, you wrote me after 9 p.m., so I knew you didn't have to work the next day. But now, it's a good time of year not to work much because you got to buy a new boiler.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was thinking, too. I was like,
That was karma. Enjoy your time off in the cold, bitch.
Yeah, I was like, perfect. I prepared for this slow season. And 3 months ago, a month ago, I just had to pay $4,000 for my dog to have an operation. Now my boiler's, out. So I was like, good. I only spent $4,000. I need to get the rest of this money out of my bank account ASAP.
Yeah, you
so
gotta-
let's fucking do this.
I need to be broke for the state to help me out.
Exactly.
The law of averages, man, fucking happens all the time.
Yeah. Mike sitting here is like, as long as Brad and Dave still have a job and they're paying their taxes, you're good, kid.
Yeah.
They're all set.
So are you and Fran getting all cuddly now?
Oh, yeah. We're good.
I was going to say, she doesn't initially come across as a cuddly type. It turns out she is. But she doesn't come across that way. I always expect to hear that song from Frozen. Let it go. Let it go.
Yeah. Look at her. I'm like, expect to look at her. She's like, yep, it's perfect temperature in here.
No, I meant when you grabbed her ass at night. Let it go.
She's like, this is body temperature, right? 51?
She skates to the fridge to get a drink.
No, it got down to 51 degrees in my house, and we were all sitting there like, well, it was fine. Guy came, fixed
What
it,
are
and I
you
told
on
him.
about?
I said,
51
"Don't-"
degrees? That's fucking hot, man. Come on.
Oh yeah, wicked hot.
Not everyone has extra layers.
Mike learned Celsius this week.
Yeah, Mike learned Celsius this week.
Oh, wait. Yeah. It is kind of hot, I
But
guess.
it was the guy came, he fixed it. When he was fixing, I said, don't fix it too much. Because I'm getting, I got the guy coming actually Tuesday to give me a quote. I'm like, I'm just getting rid of it. It's old. It's time. So I'm like, don't go crazy. Just get it running.
Until fucking I can get a new
get
one.
this
Yeah.
fucking thing out of here. So
Is
that
the same
happened.
guy going to put it in?
No, his same company.
Yeah. So
But-
they'll do that then.
Yeah, and they've been really fair. Like the kid, this is the second time he's been to my house for this, and last time he was there, he was there for like an hour and a half, and he's like, I'm only charging you for the hour because he's like, just sitting here. So they're fair about it. You know, they don't bust your balls.
How does
too
a new
much.
boiler work in a house that's 120 years old?
Great.
I'm waiting for it to like
Just
just
got one.
implode the rest of your house, and all that's left
No,
standing
it's
is
great.
the boiler
No,
and the tiki
it's
bar.
great because my yard won't, and my neighbor's yard won't have any snow in it from all the heat out of my house.
Definitely.
Blowing out and melting everything around the neighborhood.
Yeah, we're having a barbecue and friggin' playing volleyball at Craig's house since January.
It actually probably works better than a newer house. Things were built to last back when your house was built.
Yeah.
When my house too. Things now are built to break.
To break, yeah.
My sister's
Shit.
an engineer. She calls it designed obsolescence.
It's true.
They're built to
It's-
break, so you
it-
have to buy more.
Of course.
So you have because
the car companies are one of the
Like
biggest
tires.
friggin'
There are tires that would last forever.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's no money in it.
There's same thing with refrigerators. My grandmother had a refrigerator that my uncle Mike had for I don't know, he might still have it in Maine in the basement. It's an older refrigerator. This thing's from the fucking 50s.
One of those
And
like
they're the
latch
best.
handle
It's got
ones.
the latch
those
handle.
metal ones.
Yes.
Those are the best.
And-
rounded front.
The last I knew that thing was still going.
Those are the best.
No, you've had a lot of luck with refrigerators.
No.
I know. I know you got a winner from Uncle Ray once.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's right.
Yes. I think I've told that story.
Yeah, we did that.
I have
Yep.
done that Uncle Ray story, yeah.
Craig, you have been known to repeat a story, so go ahead, indulge.
Hold on, let me get a beer for this.
No, I mean I can't. I had a refrigerator that broke, and I asked my uncle. I was telling my Uncle Ray about it. He's like, "I got a fridge that works perfect in my. It's at my house right now." And I go to his house, and when I
It worked
pulled
perfect.
up, when I pulled up, he was pressure washing it in the yard, and I was like, and we spent a good. We brought it to my house, my apartment, and it was narrow. We took the doors off, and we got it stuck going up the stair. It was literally the same width as the hallway. And it got stuck to a point where we just let it go and it was just floating. It's just like stuck in midair. So we had to force it up the stairs, just gouging the walls. And about halfway up, my buddy Rob shows up and Ray was just like, "Oh, perfect. All right, see ya." And he took off.
So much cheaper than bringing it to the dump and paying like $20. No, just shove it in your friggin' nephew's
Yeah.
friggin' hallway and
And I
take
couldn't-
off. Ray was the fucking
Wedge
best.
it up the stairs, get
That
in the
was
house,
awesome.
put the doors on, plug it in, fucking put all my food that I had in coolers, put it in there. About 2 hours later, I'm like, I'm gonna get something to drink. I open the refrigerator, hot, fucking hot inside the fucking thing. I was like, what the fuck?
Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum.
Actually, sped up the spoiling of all the food that I had. It did it in 2 hours.
It was a compost bin, basically. Just let everything rot in there. Friggin'.
So I had two
Screw
broken
it.
refrigerators in my kitchen. Fucking
One in
well
the
over
middle.
3 months.
For a week and a long time. Come over to his house. You open the door, first thing you see is a fucking fridge there. And behind it, another fridge.
And one drunk maggot going, thanks.
Yep.
Good old
Speaking of
days.
drunk maggots, I think we got to give a shout out this week. It's only right that we get into the headlines that all seem to happen today. Welcome to Perv Nailing Friday.
Oh my God.
Let's start local. Dave, you're a Patriots fan. Please take this one.
So apparently one of the richest men in probably the country who owns the Patriots, the most successful sports franchise you could argue in the last 20 years,
No, absolutely.
was caught in a sting soliciting prostitution in Florida.
Yep.
It is. I think it's right. We've talked about Florida before. It's kind of the Australia of the United States, right?
Asking and receiving.
Right.
Twice.
Right. So he's a regular at
That
this
they
place
know of.
Yeah.
that they've busted. His name's on
Full-on
a
rub
printed
and tug.
list of customers at this location. Is soliciting.
It's like his
prostitution.
$20 bill bend the frame,
Right.
like next to the register.
Yeah.
It's all stiff and crinkled on one side of the bill.
$20 Bill Belichick.
So yeah,
Fucking
Bob
hanging out.
Kraft. Busted. I guess there's a warrant out for his arrest. Now.
Well, they
Right?
He turned himself in. Didn't
Did he?
it this morning? I was some shit.
Oh, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
yeah, he had to wash up
He'll
first.
never
Yeah.
even. He'll never arrive there.
No, his
He'll
lawyers
send a
will do
team of
everything.
lawyers that'll go there and they'll take care of it. Because that was the thing, is the headline read that he was busted in a sex
Prostitution
trafficking.
sting.
See that? Yeah, that's that's what pisses me.
This
That
is what
another thing
happened.
that pisses
though.
me.
Well, that's what I was getting to.
Okay, well then I will shut the fuck up.
'Cause that was the headline.
That'll be a first in 70s.
And people jump on that. And people jump on that. You know what I mean? And if you read the story, there was a sex trafficking investigation happening.
And that's how he got caught.
And
yeah.
he got caught soliciting prostitution in this
Well,
investigation.
first of all, you just said he was a regular. Okay, so
two times he was there. Video evidence.
Video
Yeah.
evidence.
Rubbing
twice.
tugs.
okay, but he
Yeah,
didn't.
he was looking for a handy.
All he did was
Yeah.
ask for a friggin' hand job, man. You know, but still.
Okay, there were 2 video evidence. Chances are he's been getting handies there since the late 70s.
If you got caught twice,
Since
it's
he's
happened
bought the-
more than that.
Yeah.
Since
Yeah.
the first Super Bowl, anyway.
Absolutely. And the best, I have to say, I wish I remembered the guy's name because the best comment I saw today on Facebook was through a local, it was a comment on Facebook in a local television station's report post. And the guy goes, well, what the hell? You can't masturbate with 6 rings on.
Boy.
Oh, I've seen them all. They were the one
Which I
that
thought
he
was
got
great.
his 7th ring. This one
Yeah.
was a prostitution ring.
Yeah.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah, that one.
he's
That's
not
good.
the only one in the Patriots organization that wants his balls deflated.
No, he just got caught. Deflate bait.
Deflate bait, yeah.
I've seen fillet bait.
Yeah.
That one's good.
Would've been such
I
a
liked
great
Kraft
rundown.
macaroni and sleaze.
Roundup.
I just don't get it.
No.
I don't get it.
Dummy.
I've been thinking about it since we read this earlier today. The only thing I can think of is if you've got that much money and you've been that successful for 25 years that we've seen it, at least in the public
He
forum.
was really successful before he bought the
He
Patriots.
was,
too,
but like publicly, people have known
Yeah,
him
yeah.
since the Patriots, since
that's
probably
when he
2000,
became-
right?
Yeah.
So 18, 19 years. The only thing I can think of to rationalize this is that there's nothing else for him to do. Do you know what I mean? Like
No.
he's got everything else at his
He's
beck
an
and
aggressive.
call.
This guy did a hostile in
Typical-
1979. Did a hostile takeover of his father-in-law's company. That's how he became who he is.
He's a smart fuck.
I hate my ex
He's a
just
smart
as
fuck.
much, but I don't want anything to do with that family. Fuck them. Leave them alone. I don't want to talk to them.
But that doesn't have anything. I mean, whatever, business and shit. But business, pleasure. Hey, I guess
I
it is a
know
kind of fine.
He wanted
fine
a
line.
hand job. He didn't want a relationship to get that hand job. I don't.
Yeah.
At 76 years old, time is of the essence.
The thing that gets me is he's really stupid if he knew that this place had fucking
Well,
documented.
why do you think he was there?
No, I'm saying documented proof that he was there
gotcha.
because his name was on all these ledgers too, on
But
top of
well,
everything.
He probably didn't know that they were
Ledgers.
doing that. But
no, that's,
They break out the big
They
book
do.
of
They
massage
do.
What's he
job.
gonna do? Sign his like R Swiss instead of Kraft?
no, but I'm saying when the police do their investigation,
I'm
they're gonna
Val
go.
Vita.
But I'm saying when the fucking
I'm in
police,
here for the Miracle Whip.
Yeah, I just want to get between two buns. That's all I need.
Fucking, what a dummy.
but
Yeah.
the thing about that, the ledger thing is when the police are doing their investigation, they can submit the video as evidence, but then his attorney can say, no, that's not him. That's not. It's right here. Your time, your date, timestamp. That's you.
They could, but what's going to
That's what
happen
it-
is
it's-
he's going to say,
doesn't
yeah, he
matter.
was there.
You got a couple
He had
of
nothing to
hand
do
jobs.
with the
main-
sex ring,
the main,
prostitution. He just happened to be there.
investigation.
He's going to walk.
He was
right.
soliciting.
But if
he's
you're-
going to get a fine,
He's
and
going to
go
get the
home.
same
But
thing
he's gonna get a
anybody else
hefty
would.
fine because he's a billionaire.
They know he's
right.
in pockets.
Yeah.
Not just that, Brad. Anybody's soliciting with a prostitute, now that I know,
His
is
biggest
gonna
fine-
it's gonna get the same fucking thing. That's
but
what
his
he's gonna
fine is
get.
gonna
Do
come
you
from the
think,
NFL.
though,
It's
that
going to be PR.
every other Joe Schmo down in Florida, every other fucking redneck that makes the news for a million other bad
No,
ideas,
they won't get off it as
they
easy.
are not getting the same kind of
They
grilling.
won't get off as easy. As I
Well,
make
you
the-
pay extra for that.
yeah, you got to pay extra.
But the truth is, they know that he's got deep pockets, and they want to make this bust a bigger bust than it is.
You're
Do you-
making all kinds of sexual fucking innuendos. You know that, right?
Okay, good.
All right. I'm sorry. I can't
Here you
help
go, Mike.
myself.
Plow. There
What?
we go. Hold on. Did you watch the smoke come
Plow
out of his
what?
fucking ears?
No, I'm just asking.
It's ridiculous. You got a hand job, but the truth is, if he's gone there more than once, then technically he's kind of affiliated with this ring because he's taken advantage of it multiple times.
Yeah.
This was not a coincidence. This was not a guy who ended up getting his dick touched by accident and then just going with it.
Yeah.
He knew what he went in there for, and since he's a billionaire, he's going to get called to the carpet for it.
Yeah. And it just, I mean, embarrassing for himself in his social circle, for one. Which probably some of the people he was like, "Hey, come on with me."
Yeah,
You know what I
exactly.
mean? The other people probably like, "Fuck, I went with them that time." You know? But his biggest fine is going to be in the NFL, and it's going to be an ethics issue.
That's what I'm thinking.
That's what I'm talking about.
And I'm
As
not-
an owner, it's going to be an ethics violation. I mean, worst case scenario, he steps down and his son takes over.
It might not be, but
He's 70,
but what I want to know.
you know,
He'll still be involved.
But
Just
what
not
I want to
official.
know,
laws, yeah.
what I want to know is the contractual obligations of the owners association. If that's in there, you know what I mean. If you
don't get hand jobs on video.
well, no, it's
that
not
you paid
hand
for?
jobs. It's
Have him come to your house for the love
it's
of
it's posing the light on the NFL. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing.
It's another mar on the
Yeah.
on the NFL.
Correct
But-
me, Dave. Damn it!
another
I said that
stain
wrong.
on
Say it
the-
again. Yeah,
the
it's another
fabric of the
stain.
NFL.
Yeah,
Another stain on the
it is.
NFL.
Yeah, it's terrible. I should have just punched a chick in an elevator.
Right.
Would've been easy.
Yeah, I know.
Stab two people in the club. You
That would have cost you 2 games and a no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot himself in the leg in a club.
Like if you want a handy, just go hang out with Gronk for a weekend. Like you'll get plenty of them for free.
Yeah, no shit.
Most of them from Gronk.
Oh, hang out with Roethlisberger down in Pittsburgh. He'll show you a good time. And you
Girl's
only,
like,
and you only
"No."
get 4 games.
Roethlisberger's got her by the hand and just stroking it on his dick.
I'm so glad this came up. I meant to say this last week. I played back an older episode. We are fucking
Roethlisberger one.
creeps. We are fucking creeps.
There's no we in this.
We
I wasn't
sat
part of
around
that.
trying to sound intelligent. Roethlisberger came up when we were talking about football and quality quarterback.
I remember
and
that
we
one.
just casually threw out there, and then he raped a girl in a fucking toilet.
You guys did. I'm a
That
Steelers
was
fan.
me.
You
That
know
was me.
that. You know
I
that.
said that.
But
I'm sorry.
we didn't stop you. And we
No.
just kept going like, oh, yeah, ha, 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 ha.
I didn't say it was cool.
But like I said, it's okay because it
The
wasn't. our
cool isn't the
toilet.
word. It's right is the word that you want to use. It's not right.
No, that wasn't
not
it.
cool. Cool can mean, hey, that's cool, but it's not right.
Yeah.
I just want to see like fucking Brent
just
Musburger
kidding.
come in with statistics about how well Ben performs after rape.
See, oh my
I think
God,
he loses
dude.
a step.
Oh my God,
I'm
dude,
just
that would be
picturing-
such an awesome skit for fucking
Fucking
yes.
Bryant Gumbel at his apartment right now, like freaking out. Like, who's calling his lawyers? Like, I went with them.
See, here in 2004, when he raped 4 women, he scored 19 touchdowns that next week. Or, you know, yeah, I get it. It's funny.
He had trouble
Sorry.
finding the end zone both days.
19 tries, 0 touchdowns.
As somebody, you're Bob Kraft, right? So why don't you just go, hey, I'm going to Vegas for the weekend, where it's legal. You still don't call the Bunny Ranch. Say, hey, have your assistant call the Bunny Ranch and say, hey, Mr. Kraft wants to come in here. He's going to pay a lot of money.
You guys.
And you're going to close down for a little while. You're not going to we don't want him to be seen. You're not going to talk about it. We're going to pay. And let him go in there and fuck everybody in there. You know what I mean?
This was an 8-minute problem.
No,
Yeah,
but that's
yeah,
the thing.
that's what I mean.
That's exactly a point right there because he didn't do it because obviously his wife doesn't know about it.
No, he's not married. He's
Well,
not married.
his girlfriend for years, right? That he's
His
been
wife's
with.
long dead, isn't
His
she?
wife died a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck that. Let him get hand jobs anytime he wants then. Who gives a shit?
Shit. No, the point is
go on.
paying for it. Why is he paying for it?
Yeah.
No.
That's what I don't
But,
get.
That's what I don't get.
But I'll bet you it's
If
going
he
to come
just-
down to there's something between him and that and a same girl that he keeps seeing over and over. Watch. Guaranteed.
I mean, whatever.
That's what's
He
happening.
wanted to save her.
No, he wanted to go see that same girl.
He wanted to
No, he wanted to savor her.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
He was saving her by having her
No,
tug on
not
his
save
wiener.
her.
And throwing cash at her
Yeah.
in hopes of eventually having her come into this country, not realizing that he's part of a huge human trafficking
No,
ring.
that's a problem. That's terrible.
Just
though,
happens to
man.
run through South Florida. Shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If there's any inkling that he had any idea that was going on and he was fucking part of the problem, I'm sorry. fucking, he needs to go.
Well,
I don't care if
I
his
don't think
kids
he's
take
not-
over, whatever,
I-
but
he's
that's
not-
fucking terrible, man. You
he's
can't. That's a
not-
huge problem.
I don't
right
think
now.
he consciously knew that it was
No.
human trafficking. I just don't think he cared where his hookers came from.
No, that's the thing.
He was there
Exactly.
because he
We'll see.
knew what he could get. He just didn't know how the depths of what was going on.
I mean,
So now does this? This was the thing I was thinking today. You've got people that are closer to time. Bill Belichick's closer retirement. He's ready to go.
Tom Brady retired
Bra-
like 10 years ago,
Tom
but we don't know
Tom Brady doesn't plan on retiring. But do
they
these
distance
guys
themselves?
do these guys distance themselves and leave?
it. They've been distancing.
By the time we're
themselves
talking about
from the
NFL
past 2
football
years.
again, this doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. That's the other thing.
It's going to be
In 2
huge
weeks-
day one.
No, in 2
and then
weeks
after
it
that,
won't matter.
done.
Yeah.
In 2 weeks it won't matter.
I just think the timing was amazing today because whoever R. Kelly's PR guy is deserves a huge hat tip.
Oh my
As
gosh.
soon as Bob Kraft hit the fucking news wires today, boom, by the way,
Wow, I
R.
didn't-
Kelly also
yeah.
got arrested on
I
19
did not
counts or
think of
whatever.
That,
Yeah.
Brad. That is such a
Yep.
fuck. That is so true. That's
Yeah.
exactly what that PR guy with his PR people.
Not
were
quite
doing.
as bad as that senator from was it New York or D.C. who was accused of killing Chandra Levy.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
remember
And then,
that, yeah.
and then a month later, the 9/11 attacks happened. He's like, "Oh, thank God!"
Yeah,
the only person in
exactly.
the country that was happy that happened.
Well,
Yeah.
that no, I was just talking about that today. Same thing happened with me. I got married 3 days before 9/11. Then that happened. I was like, "Phew, another disaster. I got to wear hip hop.
You were just happy that you didn't have to travel. They shut down all the airports, and Mike's like, "Thank God I can stay home now."
Man, I had to get patted down by friggin' army officials and shit and dogs.
No, you
and
had to get
everything.
patted down by an army because the one guy couldn't do the job.
Damn straight. Don't forget it.
Walking in there looking like a guy named Sal Qaeda.
Yeah,
Probably not. Probably not the best idea.
but yeah,
Your ID says
man.
Sal
I'm letting-
Ami. You
I'm
should be
letting it
Sal
grow.
Qaeda.
I'm just gonna let it grow and grow and grow, and then I'm gonna go just hang out at TF Green.
yeah. But it was
all
just
day.
one. It was one thing. It was so unexpected. If you told me that fucking Bob Kraft drove his fucking Maserati into a fucking schoolyard because he was hammered, I'd be like, well, yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, let me scroll down. What's next on the news?
What's next? Like, I figured that was going to happen at some point. But
It's almost like R. Kelly. Like, oh, he got indicted. All right.
You know
Yeah.
the worst part about this story, though, seriously, guys, is so many people hate the fucking Patriots that it's going to be blown so way out of proportion by people
Oh,
like
wait a
me.
minute. So they're going to create things on social media that are blown up and completely whacked out?
Yeah,
I
Doesn't
know,
happen.
right?
Again,
I know. It never happens.
Pardon me while I gasp audibly.
Right? Just today, this fucking story changed about fucking 3 times, right? First, it was like he was caught with a prostitute, and then he was part of that ring.
this ring, yeah.
And then fucking there was some
But
other
that
fucking
was-
twist
we've
on it.
discussed-
No one knows
we've-
the truth. We'll see.
But we've discussed this before in the show in the past, and that's one of those things where the headline draws you in, and they know most of the people aren't going to read the headline because I saw 1,000 people today.
I mean, read
he
the story.
was busted in a like he was sex trafficking people.
Yeah,
No,
that's the
he got a
headline I
hand
saw
job.
too.
Did you guys all notice that the link didn't change? Whatever news
Yeah.
outlet you were on, the link didn't change.
Why don't
the
they-
headline did?
Yep.
Yes.
All they did was change
Yeah,
the headline.
exactly.
The story did not change.
And and you know what? That's another fucking thing too, because people always ask for stories to be retracted, this and that, and they could change. They can retract the main story, but all those fucking links that everybody sees
Retractions
are
don't
not
exist
retracted.
anymore.
Yeah.
No, nothing is ever finished on the internet. It's only published. Okay, everything out there is a work in progress.
We
And-
talked about that.
Yeah, and
That fucking pisses me off.
You know what? You know what story has changed? Your favorite actor, Brad.
I got a few.
John Holmes.
2 John Holmes references in one episode.
Damn. Yeah.
I almost had a smooth pivot to another story.
You
then
did.
Mike
Oh,
talked.
I'll bet you had a smooth pivot to that one, buddy. I'll bet you did.
No, I was talking about stories changing, like your boy Jesse Smollett.
Oh my god.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm a huge Empire fan. Anybody who knows
Hey,
me-
you know what? He's another one that benefited from the Kraft fucking thing too.
Oh, well,
Not
no,
really.
A little
Actually,
Yeah,
he
it's
did.
a bit more drawn
Actually, he
out.
did because
He
his
did.
PR people came out right after all this hit
Yep.
the
He
news.
He didn't
Again.
get a hand job.
That he did not. But
You might
Jussie
have, you don't know.
Smollett suddenly now suffers from major depression, drug addiction, and all sorts of mental issues. So what was
'Cause he's a
supposedly the
Patriots
cause,
fan.
would he have had these mental issues if this was not found out?
That's
of
right.
course not. He is so sane.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's
he's
convenient.
a Patriots fan. He's a Patriots fan. Now it all makes sense. That's why he did that
Convenient
shit.
mental illness like Mike at 6:40 every Friday night.
Or Friday
he
morning.
got busted. Like he got caught in his lies and his bullshit. And like, oh, I've got all these
I
mental
gotta-
and drug
yeah.
problems and shit. Listen, I think we've probably all known people that have had issues with mental health or even drug addictions. We've all known.
Or all of the above. Everybody
right.
stares at me.
I know. I wish we had a video feed again.
I think sometimes
We
they
can just
go hand
flash
in
Mike's
hand.
face. No. But
Sometimes
we've all
they go
known
hand
that,
in hand.
that person at some point in their life, and everyone had at some point has looked at me like, there's something not right.
Yep.
You haven't heard one word of news about Jussie Smollett or whatever his name is until this happened.
Yeah,
And like Brad said,
right.
it's convenient that it's right now.
Yeah.
His PR people said, now.
Look,
like
I-
they're literally saying,
Fire
okay,
it.
now we're going to release this. Suddenly, he's not big news anymore. That's yesterday. Now the owner of the Patriots is getting handy down in fucking swamp country.
Way bigger star than he ever will be. I mean, not star, but people know Kraft more.
I guess that show is big.
PR is huge.
I watched like half of an episode.
I've
I was like,
never
this show
watched
is
it.
Horrendous.
I've never
It's
seen it.
terrible.
I haven't
Right?
seen
I was
it.
like, this is terrible.
I had no idea who the guy was. I guess what he fucking set out to do to make himself more famous so he can get more money actually worked, but in a bad way.
when it originally said that he got arrested, one of the original statements was that he did it because he wasn't happy with his salary.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Might still be the case.
And I was like, so
Oh, it's going to be the case a
getting
lot more in the
beat
future.
up on the side of the street get you a raise?
Oh, it gets him
'cause-
sympathy from the public.
No, because obviously you guys
Who
kick
want-
my fucking ass right now.
Well, let's think about the first 2 weeks this hit the news. He was a hero. Everybody
Yeah,
on
that's the
Twitter was
thing.
blowing him up. I can't believe another census victim.
well, yes.
And then all of a sudden, this became this anti-Republican, anti-Trump thing that was driving the country further apart.
You're
totally right.
And again, I'm not going to get into
I mean, think
politics,
about it.
but to turn this into a political statement, he said that 2 white guys beat the shit out of him and hired 2 Nigerian friends of his to do it. Let's stop and think about the logic for a minute.
terrible. Yeah.
Shockingly enough, he got caught because he put so much foresight into his plan.
Why would you get two black guys?
I'm not
to
sure
beat
that
you up
because he
and
was
say that
so
they were Trump
stu-
guys.
It was
Why
a
would
st-
you do that?
Because they put red hats on them and hoodies, and they said, "Well, nobody's going to catch it."
Yeah.
Because we can take fucking
That's
4K
that's so
pictures of
stupid.
Mars,
They're
but we can't
kids,
seem to
man.
get a
It's
surveillance
kids.
video that comes up.
The
right.
kids and fucking, you know what? He is a kid. He's a child. He's fucking 20-something years old. Whatever the fuck.
He was banking on
This
the fact
isn't-
that no
but
one was
he
going to
made a
dig into it
mistake.
any
He made a-
further, and they were going to just
Exactly.
run with a headline,
Right.
which is what we're talking
But
about.
apparently this isn't the first time he's done something like this either, though.
Really?
He was.
Oh, he's mentally ill.
Yeah.
He was actually.
as of
he
today.
was.
As of today.
He
he's
was
been-
really actually. This all instead. He was actually really pissed off that nobody on Twitter or anything came out for him about it. So then, that's what it was. That's how this all stemmed. He fucking said that somebody did something or whatever to
Yeah.
him, and nobody came out for him. So he ended up hiring these guys to fucking do something else.
Yeah, to beat him up. And
To beat him up
yeah.
and shit. I don't know. Just whatever. I chalk it up to stupidity and not knowing what the fuck is going on.
We
in
called
the
it
world.
last week. We made the joke last week. Okay,
You know?
it was pretty obvious this guy's full of shit.
It's sad.
Okay, but what this does now is it basically sets back, just like we talked about with Me Too. The instant you start making civil rights claims that turn out false, crying wolf. And what's going to happen is somebody really is going to get the shit kicked out of them
Yeah.
by 2 MAGA hat wearing white guys,
Yeah, I know.
and nobody's going to pay
Nobody's gonna
attention.
care.
All because this guy was either unhappy with his position on the show or his salary or the fact that the show's a piece of shit. Mike, you should check it out. It's like Gunsmoke.
No,
with black
I mean-
people in the record industry.
No, but
It was about exposure. It was about exposure. He was getting exposure for himself. You know what I mean? It was exposure for himself.
Everybody
Yeah,
has
exactly.
taken risks in their careers, and they've made things work. Some people have stormed on set and said, I'm refusing to work today unless we change the script. Some
Yeah.
people have walked on set and said, I'm not working with this asshole, change the actor. And a lot of times, being the squeaky wheel gets you places in Hollywood. It's not a place for the subtle.
No,
But
especially Brad, just say you were a big time. I'm not saying any like political shit. I'm only saying it because we're talking about it. But if you were a big time liberal director or writer of the show, this and that, and something like that happened to one of your actors, you wouldn't. You know what I mean? He's trying to garner favor with people up there, so he
if
can
this
get
legitimately
his money.
happened, you better believe that
Of
Jussie
course.
Smollett would have had a bigger role in the next season of Empire.
And he
Yeah.
should.
Yeah, he was trying to put
And he
social
should.
pressure
He knew what he
on the
was
writers
doing.
of the show.
I
He knew
have
what he was
nothing
doing. He just
That's-
didn't do it.
Right. He went about it the wrong way, obviously.
Was it real?
And just
no,
for
it's
the
Turns out he's a bad actor.
Let me
Which is why he's getting written off the show.
Apparently, not only was he written off the show, they just edited him out of the final 2
Oh, he is
episodes.
off the show? I didn't
Oh,
know
yeah.
that. I didn't know
They
that.
just edited.
I didn't
They
fucking
edited
read that part.
They
sorry.
edited him out of the final 2 episodes. So
Well, that was the whole basis of the complaint. He wasn't being featured enough. If you can cut him out and not affect
that's
the
what I'm
length
saying.
or the direction of an episode, you don't fucking
that's,
matter.
That's what I was just gonna say. If you can edit him out of the final 2 completed episodes, if you can edit him out of that and it doesn't affect the show,
But wait, Craig, this was
This could be an advertisement for the dildo my wife just bought. The length or the end result doesn't matter. You can edit him out of the whole thing and it doesn't change
I think
anything.
a picture of you on the box should fucking do enough
Wow.
for it.
I was like, I just read this recently. Oh, yeah.
No, but Craig,
I'm just kidding,
what you
baby.
were saying, see, I didn't know that. Was that after he got canned or before?
No, it was this morning they said they edited him out of the final 2 episodes.
This morning.
They
All right,
said
so it was because
so
of that.
His role was so minor that he's gone. They edited him out of completed episodes, and it didn't affect the show.
Oh,
I mean, well,
fuck.
it really. How do you affect the show? It was a terrible show.
Do you remember that time on Clarissa Explains It All when Clarissa's neighbor left the show? Yeah, me neither. Yeah. And that's
Kinda like
exactly what's
Empire.
going to happen
Yeah.
to the guy. The most famous thing about this fucker is going to be his fucking stupid ass name, Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
The entire name is a goddamn sound effect.
He's a fucking shitty guy from a shitty show. Empire is about as entertaining as Lice.
Well, I'll be honest. As a parent, Lice is funny when other people have it.
yeah.
Unless you're talking Star Wars or Queensrÿche, then no, that Empire just fucking don't do it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But that asshat tried to make the division in this country even worse. He threw gas on the flames of bigotry.
Saying 2 Nigerians were white guys wearing MAGA hats.
Yes. Is even worse. Yeah.
That would have been a feat of acting. that Nobody could have.
And just to have everybody look at him and go, "Oh, you poor thing. Oh, fuck him.
Yeah.
Fuck you." Does he have mental illness? I don't know. But you know
Is
what?
poor
He's a
judgment
piece
a
of
mental
shit.
illness?
He's a piece of shit.
If he had a mental illness, his fucking the people that are like bringing him up in this craft and everything should have got him help. Hey, it sucks. He made the wrong choices.
You said craft.
The
With a K.
and even that now, if you ask me, he's taking what he's doing is taking another serious issue in this country is mental illness and using it to his benefit again.
Wow, he really
He's a fucking scumbag.
He's
He
an
went-
opportunist scumbag.
Yeah.
I
in
agree
this,
with
in
you.
this one act, he screwed over fucking white people, black people, gay people, people with
it doesn't matter. He took advantage
It's
of the
ridiculous.
fucking of society.
He's trying to
everyone.
use real social issues that affect people in real
On
ways
a daily basis.
to make his life better.
And you know what? Not for anything, but the best method actor of any generation was Andy Kaufman. But at least he had the courtesy to actually go ahead and die.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But fuck this guy anyway. He's a. Hold on. I got a text
Oh, let's see what this is about.
from Ron. So let's see what this is.
Reluctant Ron.
Oh, don't worry. That's me pissing behind your house.
Nice.
I don't know what's worse, the fact that Ron is choosing to piss behind your house or that he's probably in this cemery.
I know. On the bike
I'm
path.
picturing,
He's
I'm
on the
picturing
bike
like
path.
one hand peeing, one hand texting.
He's on the he's on the bike path walking from. There's a bar down the road that he goes to near my house. So that motherfucker walked down the bike path and pissed in my yard.
I wish Fran let
Oh,
the dogs out
tell him
then.
you got cameras.
Yeah,
Without zoom lens, though. He's
Without
all
zoom
set.
lens.
Or just tell him you moved.
I need a fucking Hubble telescope in my house. To fucking
Oh my God.
No, but fuck Jesse Smollett or whatever the fuck his name
Doesn't
is.
really matter.
It's
Nobody will
Jesse.
care tomorrow.
Because
It's gonna be Jesse Swole ass in about
Why
3
just-
weeks.
and he's that because that whole thing has pissed me off beyond belief.
Yeah.
And it's kind of got us to this theme of this show about shit that pisses us off.
We've done this before.
We've done this.
We tried anyway. What's funny about that one is we all came in with a head full of steam. And then at the end, we were just laughing so much, it almost didn't seem like we were really that mad about it.
That's the way to do it, man.
But adding Dave and getting Mike at full steam this week, I
We've
don't know
co-
if you've noticed at home, there's not a whole lot of sniffling going on. Mike might be the healthiest he's been since birth,
It's the hair, I'm telling you. I just let it grow and it just takes care of me.
clearly.
It's like one of those fucking mouth filters.
All that
ain't no
Ben and Jay
germs.
just gets stuck in his upper lip.
If you were a germ, would you want to fucking enter this? Look at this.
No, I'd be
All
like
right.
germs.
Yeah.
The germs don't want to get germs.
That's damn
The
straight.
flu got to his basement like, nah, I don't want to die in there.
Damn straight.
I
Damn
hear
straight.
germs and enter this, and I'm just picturing your wedding night.
It was fucking great.
Leslie's
One of the best
listening like,
times of my
they
night- my
finally
life.
get it.
It was fucking awesome.
Oh shit.
All right, so what's pissing us off? There's four of us around this table. We didn't all have particularly great weeks. We didn't have bad weeks, but there were some headlines this week that kind of pissed us off.
As an example of things that have pissed us off, an American and British ISIS brides. ISIS
brides. They have their own magazine.
Not just brides. Not American and British brides. ISIS brides.
ISIS Brides Monthly.
Are fucking begging to fucking come back into the United States.
Of course they
What are
are.
their names? What is it? What does that say?
Does it matter?
Fucking
Kinda.
know what it is?
No, it doesn't.
Stay there and get the fuck out. That's their names.
That's the translation. Their names are Hoda Muthana, and if I'm pronouncing it wrong, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And Shamima, not Shamina, because Shamina would have been a normal name. This is Shamima. It's almost like Shemima. She makes ISIS fucking terrorist syrup.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Shemima Begum.
Begum.
Okay, and guess what, kids? They want to come home.
They want, and why?
Oh, I can picture all the shit, the Aunt Jemima bottles with no heads on them. Oh man!
new easy pour bottle.
Easy pour.
Aunt Jemima.
Oh my God.
Nah, these fucking.
Could you imagine that bottle? It's just draped and covered. You can't see your face.
Oh my Allah. That's not funny.
Oh my God. You left the country. You left this country to join an extreme faction that you knew all about it. You left this country because you sympathized with them, and you went there.
That wants
and
to
you were like,
destroy the country that you're coming from.
and,
Right.
Yes. And then when you got there, you supported your 9 husbands to kill U.S. soldiers. Right?
3
That
husbands.
was, and,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden, all your husbands died because they're just like firing their AKs in the air, like and we're just like, oh, fucking Hellcat missiles, wah, 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 wah. And,
I must have missed that CNN footage.
Hellcat missiles. What were we in 1942?
Yeah.
and then, yeah, fuck it. It might as well.
Might as well use those fucking
Way
ammunition.
superior than what they were using.
Use that
I would
ammo
love to
up.
have seen that green night vision footage and the missiles of the head
Yeah.
in your commentary. Whack, whack, whack. That would have been amazing.
And then now all your husbands are gone. And then the other guys in the village are like, let's rape him and beat him with fucking broom handles.
Yeah,
because
why? What's today? Monday?
Yeah.
What's like a big
Because-
deal? They do that all
now
the time.
you've just become as useful as the goats in the field. Because that, and I'm not saying that's the way they treat these people.
Well, the goats are more fuckable because they're not covered up head to toe.
yeah.
It's not that bad.
Oh my God.
I knew you were gonna. I
I've said that before. Well, what the fuck? I grew up on a farm.
But you didn't
sorry.
call this one. Does the carpet match the drapes? No, the exterior drapes.
You know what? You know what really gets me about this story is that all this shit is going on, and they're not killed yet by other ISIS fighters,
Well, no, that's gonna
Not
happen.
yet.
right?
Well,
Where-
they're
they must
clearly
be
in
somewhere.
protection. This
Yeah.
news
They gotta
made it
be
here.
okay.
So
they got to be in
they're
protection.
already in protection somewhere.
They're at a consulate somewhere. They're somewhere.
They're trying to buy their way or plead their way back in.
Yeah.
This is not like two chicks that decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm leaving home this summer. I'm gonna
Two
go follow-
chicks, one goat.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go follow the Grateful Dead for
Yeah.
6 months.
Yeah, right.
And then go back home and everything.
Can I
fine.
come home?
That's not like you left to go kill people from the country you left. Fuck them.
Hey,
You
and
supported.
and just
Right.
Go ahead. Yeah, you supported, and just to mention that they were there participating in the rapes of men and women and beheading people. Both of these fucking women were
Yeah.
there
Yeah.
for doing that.
Exactly. So guess
They're
what?
not no innocent
No.
fucking. Hey, look at us, you know.
You know, there's one way they come back, and it's yeah, you can come back in. We'll pay for your room and board at a government
Room
run
and water
facility.
board, and you stay there.
Yeah, hey,
You tell us everything you know, which is probably nothing.
you can come back
Water
and you can stay in
board.
the cellar. We'll let you go outside for
Room
1
and
hour a
water
day
board.
for the rest of your life.
Yep.
Or you can stay where you are.
All right,
Stay
but
where
why
you
do I want to pay for them? Fuck them. Leave
You
them
don't.
out.
I
are.
know.
I don't want to do it. I'm just saying. Here's your way back in.
Let them
Yeah.
try to find. One's trying to go back to Britain.
Good
That's
luck.
on them. But the British, who is
Yeah,
it?
he doesn't
The
want
British
them, yeah.
said no.
Yeah,
They've
yeah,
already
Came
said
out
no.
big time.
and ironically, his name's Sahid Javid. Okay, Britain's interior minister. He actually said
No,
they're going to
fuck
block
you.
him.
Yeah.
And the message is like clear. It's if you've supported terrorist organizations abroad, I will not hesitate to prevent your return.
Yep,
so
that's
explain
right.
to me why our president's getting flack for
Getting
not opening the
flack for
fucking
doing-
gates.
Yeah.
This guy, this
our
again,
own
these are
country.
not people who accidentally stumbled onto something.
Right.
They weren't
made
kidnapped.
a conscious decision
To leave.
and to go anti-America.
Yeah.
Well,
Don't come back now because
well,
you
the
realize
blaming-
you joined the wrong team.
blaming the Trump thing, we could just cross out to fucking political bullshit because he's
Well,
got
yeah,
an election,
yeah,
agreed.
election
It's-
coming up.
Everybody's gonna.
That's bullshit. Whatever
Contradict what
United
he
States
says,
fucking
just-
says, who cares? But I mean, on the world stage, fucking, and you got people fucking from other countries that you want to go to saying right off the bat, we're not letting you in. Kind of fucking tells you kind of did something wrong. You know,
A little bit.
a little bit.
A little bit. And
I mean, if they went there, I mean, and I read the whole fucking thing. I wanted
Yeah.
to make sure, you know, because people they're probably two stupid idiots that
go
fucking
there by
got
accident.
drawn.
Like, hey, I'm hiking.
No,
in,
not
I'm
hiking.
in Afghanistan.
And that's happened. That's happened. But I mean, they
Even
get
them. Fuck you.
yeah. But
I was hiking in Afghanistan. There's a war going on. You.
But I mean, they
douche.
get sucked in. They get
What the
sucked in
fuck?
by these fucking clowns. You know what I mean? And you know that's different. But when you say that they were part of rapes and beheadings and shit like that, I don't know. It's kind of fucked
No.
up. But you got to put yourself in that. Imagine being one of them.
Fuck
How
them.
frightened you would be when you first saw anything like that. The first beheading you saw. What were you gonna? What are you gonna do? Seriously, put yourself in their
Yeah.
shoes.
Well,
Dude, I had the
gonna
fucking
do?
sense not to leave
What
and
do
do
you-
that.
exactly.
Yeah, but well, you didn't. How about if you didn't know that when
Fuck
you got
them.
there? That's
Of
what I'm
course
thinking.
they knew that. That's the thing.
No, they didn't know that because they're too fucking stupid to know that until they got there.
You
and it
don't
was
join
too late.
ISIS because you're stupid.
Yeah.
You join ISIS
Yes,
because
you
you, think
do.
you're
You
smart.
you already have an
Yeah, which
ideology
makes you stupid.
against.
No, they were anti-American because they didn't like X, Y, and Z that was going on in this
Yes.
country. They're probably really annoyed with their student loan debt. They're
I
probably
know
really
that.
annoyed that mom and dad didn't like their ankle tattoo. And they said, you know what, fuck it, I'm going to
Right.
leave. But instead of just leaving and going traveling abroad in Europe,
being
no,
stupid.
I'm going to go hiking with goats in Afghanistan
It's
and
being
join and
young.
put on a burqa and pretend that I'm a lower form of life. You know what? You are.
It's being young
Yeah.
and stupid, though.
And
How
their
many
quote
times?
was the best, though. Her quote, the one that wants to go back to America, said, "I believe that America gives second chances. To most, we do. I
Yeah,
want to return.
that's true.
And I'll never come back to the Middle East. America can take my passport. I wouldn't mind. Oh, we're going to take your passport already.
Yeah, you don't get a passport in jail.
And she also said she thought that punishment enough was therapy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A couple.
That's punishment.
Come down to
enough.
the basement. I'll give you some therapy.
She can share a
see.
group chat with Jesse Smollett. Fucking cunt.
Yeah.
Exactly.
No, fuck her. Stay there. That's it. You live there now. You're done.
Did we get the
second
ages?
you've
I didn't
left-
get. There were
It
ages.
doesn't
in
matter.
the-
It's not
in
like she
the-
decided to go become a groupie for Imagine Dragons.
I
and
know,
get a bunch of
but-
Yes.
blowies
all
on
I'm
that
saying-
road.
She
I can't
She
believe
decided
I'm
to go
on this
someplace
side
and
of the-
kill people.
I can't believe I'm on this side of the argument. I'm actually trying to give them like a chance.
No,
if
fuck
anyone, believe me, terrorists, forget it. But to me, it seems like these girls were too young to
No,
understand
they
what
weren't.
the intensity
They weren't.
of what they were getting into.
They weren't. They were
And
not.
once you get in there, I mean, picture that. Once you get into that and you see someone getting beheaded for the first time and people all around you like it's no big deal, what are you going to do? Are you going to take off?
Do you think
Are you
that
going to
they went
fucking
there
call
like,
the cops? No, because you're going to fucking automatically
They
think
didn't
you're going to be next.
go there thinking ISIS was a fucking local band?
I know that, but I'm saying
They
no,
went there
no.
knowing exactly what ISIS was doing.
No, I don't think
for-
they did. I don't think they did. That's what I'm saying. I'm thinking that they got groomed by fucking people, which they did. They had to have. They couldn't go just, hey, I'm going to high school one day and then just fucking like at lunchtime. You know what? I'm going to go fucking join
No,
ISIS.
I think they came
They were
in
fucking
saying,
groomed into
I'm
it.
so against the way America's going. I'm going to make the most extreme statement possible.
Yes.
And guess what? If
And
you
they
really
went
want to
out of
join
their
ISIS,
way.
they'll take you.
And they went out of their way and fucking just what? And how did they know how to get there? You know
Well,
what I'm
I-
saying? It's all kinds of, there's so much shit behind this
It's
story.
not-
We don't
how
know.
do you know to get? They flew to Turkey and then they flew into Syria. Done.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah,
I could do it tomorrow.
I get it. Believe me, but
but-
as a human being, I would want to know exactly everything that happened in this story.
I know
before
exactly what happened. They left to join ISIS. They've said it.
We
They've
know
left
that.
to join ISIS.
We know that, but you don't know why they left. Who asked them to leave with them? They're not gonna fucking just
Nobody.
take off and go.
You're talking way too much.
Are you kidding me? No, I'm
Yeah.
not talking. It's way too hard. You try to fucking join
All right,
ISIS.
so here, let me-
see
let
how
me-
easy it is for you. It's
I
not
can fucking
easy.
Guarantee
It's
you
not
I could probably
easy.
join ISIS within a week.
I will guarantee you,
They're
you won't.
fucking- They're fucking trying to recruit
Wait,
people. Like
for those of you at home,
Stay
They're
tuned for a
They're
very
ISIS. They're
special
not
episode.
stupid. I mean,
I
they're
was saying,
evil.
for the-
They're not dumb.
for those
They're
of you
not
at
gonna
home, Mike
take
just pulled out
anybody
a
in.
sign-up sheet from under his beard.
His
So here's
ISIS
the
workers.
let me.
Oh, I get it.
You
He's
we gotta
actually
give her a
vetting
chance.
us right now.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah, none of you guys. You guys are all out. Fuck you guys.
He wanted to see how far we would go.
Yeah, this podcast is out. I'm going to the next one.
Let me throw this out there.
You guys are done.
Let's put this out there for a second. Let's say these two girls, I don't know how old they are. Let's say they were teenagers when they made this decision.
Yep.
Let's take it a step further and say that they were contacted online in some way, shape, or form, social media,
Manipulated. Yep.
whatever. Right? We see predators that do this with underage kids all
Children.
the time. Right? So let's say they were baited, talked into doing this. They left, flew there, and then they were put into this situation, and as Mike said, they were kind of forced into this life, and they finally found a way out. Would that change our opinion on should they come back in?
No.
To me, it would.
Okay, you don't just get
No,
into
I'm-
ISIS either.
I get
Okay,
that.
They
I get
do-
that.
They don't want spies. They don't want sympathizers
They
for the
do want
United
spies,
States.
Brad.
They don't want what they want spies on their
They
side.
want soldiers.
Yeah.
They're
I
not just
get it.
accepting any American girl that comes in because that might present a chink in their armor. Okay,
Well-
I don't think the vetting process is as simple as, hey, join.
No,
It's
but,
not like-
I
I'll
don't
tell you
either,
what. But
but
I'll
I'm-
tell you what. The vetting process is a lot more lax now than it was when it.
Well,
fucking
because
first
we've
started.
destroyed
They
2/3
need
of
to
it.
replenish.
Exactly.
That- But I'm just saying, could there be credence or to what Mike's saying. Is there a chance
No,
that these,
I get
that
what
these
you're
girls
saying,
maybe
yeah.
at some point or another in the process were
kind
groomed
of brainwashed almost.
They were
Like,
brainwashed.
Initially,
I mean,
maybe
I
they
don't
made a
know.
decision on their own. They said, "Fuck this, I'm leaving." It was teenage angst, whatever it was, and this is the most extreme thing. Like Brad
If it's
said,
teenage angst, let them braid their obviously hairy eyebrows, okay? And whenever the Lilith Fair hits
That's right.
Syria,
That's
like-
right.
like, okay, well, like when Lilith Fair Damascus happens, okay, I'm sure they'll be there and they can sing all their fucking hippie songs.
That's right.
And
It's
talk
easy.
about how bad America is.
Right.
And you know what? Get the fuck out.
Get out.
It's
Listen,
easy,
I'm
right?
not-
But how
I'm
about
not
if those
disagreeing.
girls didn't have parents like you to say that to them? We don't know the whole situation. I think this story, we're gonna see it open up more
All right,
this
look,
week.
most kids who come from bad
know?
households, they rebel.
Yeah.
They get into drugs. Then maybe they join a gang even. Okay,
Or
maybe
ISIS.
some of them jump on the road and become groupies, fucking every third-rate rock
Yeah.
star out there. Very few of them actually join a
that's-
terrorist
and that's
organization
why-
looking
So
to
for-
take down the
there's-
entire
and,
world.
and that's why I say there's a guy behind both of these.
But still,
a
ISIS
guy that
isn't-
took them in.
ISIS
Trust me.
wasn't a
Watch. We'll
small little thing that you didn't know about. It was everywhere.
Yes.
They were a terrorist organization. They were the enemy of the United States.
they were the
And
terrorist organization.
And
No, they
you
weren't. Not according
joined.
to Obama. When see, they were done. They were all done. There's nothing left of them. Come
Mike,
on.
take your pills.
All right.
And you,
Damn it. What time is it?
you know,
I do have to take my pills.
Go ahead, Craig. Sorry.
they were the terrorist organization, and you signed up knowing at 16 years. All right, you want to say they? I don't think they were 16 years old. I don't know if they were older than that.
No, how old they are.
You know right and wrong. They were a terrorist organization, an enemy of this country, and you left and went there. Guess what?
See, so you're
Fucking-
assuming.
You're fucking, and even that one of them, their father's. She was born here. She's a citizen. Oh, is she? Guess what? When she left and went and flew to Syria and joined ISIS, that was revoked.
Yeah, but you're assuming that they know right from wrong. You said, "Oh, they know right from wrong."
You
How do
didn't
you
know right from wrong when you were fucking 16.
It doesn't
years
mean
old.
everybody else
All right.
does, Craig. There's billions of people on this planet. They
Yeah.
don't
All right,
fucking
but
know.
to support
they
Craig's
can be
argument,
easily
to
manipulated.
support
No,
Craig's
that's
argument, you're not
ridiculous.
the brightest guy.
I know I'm not.
So
But
the
seriously,
first
they
girl
could've
we
been
mentioned,
easily
That's
manipulated.
Hodo Muthana, was 19 when she made this decision.
There you
and
go.
left.
19.
There
19.
you go.
That's college age.
In this
So
country,
what?
in this country,
Doesn't
you're
mean
old
you're
enough.
fully developed.
You're
in
old
your
enough
brain.
to vote in this country
Yep.
at 19.
Yep.
Right. So for me, these are, if I don't know anything
You're an
else about them,
Terrorists.
they probably grew up better off than most other people.
Yep.
They had the means and opportunity to leave the country. Period.
Yeah.
Nobody I knew that was in my economic bracket growing up had the cash on hand to leave the country.
Yep.
These girls did. I think my gut is they had a big fuck you, I'm leaving. This is what I want to do. Try and stop me.
That's
and
not
they got
how it
over there.
works.
They did what they did. Once they got there, they may have regretted it, and it took years to get out.
It didn't
but
realize.
It
the
doesn't-
initial
yeah.
decision, I think, was
The
theirs.
money thing is nothing. They'll fucking.
But they
ISIS
had the
will
motive.
pay.
But they had
all
the
that.
motive to leave.
Yeah.
Okay, this was
And
not,
I think that
this
motive
was not
was
fuck you,
behind
mom
a
and dad.
male, a man.
This was
That's
fuck
what I
you,
think.
America.
This
I
isn't
don't
a
think it was
tattoo.
them.
All right,
That's
so
all I'm
let
saying.
fucking
all
what's
I'm
his
saying.
name, Sarnov or whatever the
I'm
fuck
not-
that kid's
no.
name is. Let him go then,
No,
because he was way younger.
Yeah.
The fucking Boston bomber.
Joe Sarnayev.
Yeah, let him off. He was
Fucking-
young. His
I'm
brother,
not-
his
that's-
brother
it's
manipulated
totally,
him.
it's two totally different.
No,
things.
it's not.
It's
No,
totally
not.
different.
It's
Yeah,
not
it is.
exactly the same.
No, it's not.
exactly
It's
the
just
same.
Committed a
Happened.
terrorist act against this country.
Yeah.
Period. The end.
What terrorist act did they commit against the?
They were involved with
were-
rapes and the murders of our soldiers.
not our soldiers. I didn't say that. They
No,
weren't our soldiers.
I don't need you to
Supporting
say
their-
that.
Supporting their
they
husbands to
people?
fight our
Listen,
soldiers.
what do you want me to
Providing-
say? Kill them all. Is that what you want me to say?
No.
I'm just saying, give people a chance that are fucking young like that. And obviously,
They're not that young.
obviously, and you know what? I'm glad you brought up that because that kid, he's a victim too of his brother and his brother's fucking helpers and shit.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is because he was young. He had no one to look up to. He had no father. His mother fucking was big time corrupt, and all he had was his brother. That's how it is, man.
And
it has to
and
do.
he had friends,
and
and
it's
he was
so
getting
deep.
a college education.
And it's so deep, it goes into religion and fucking how much they hate America. And it just, there's
All
no
right. So-
arguing with that.
so,
there's nothing you can say.
You hate
that's
America
gonna make
so
it
much,
right or
and you're
wrong.
here. Get the fuck out.
They don't.
Go away.
You can't do damage to America if you're away. That's
right.
why they're here.
All right, so he wanted to do damage to
Of
America.
course. Well, his brother
Okay.
did.
Guilty.
If his brother did
I'll
not, if his brother didn't, he would have never participated in it.
So-
That's
so
all I got to
Mike's-
say.
Mike's not wrong
I'm just
in the
saying.
sense-
I'm just
No,
saying.
I get.
They
what
need
you're
to be
saying.
charged, but if it wasn't for his brother, he wouldn't have done that. Just like these girls wouldn't have fucking joined ISIS. If I'm betting now, by next week we'll fucking hear, I'm sure, that people groomed them in for.
It's funny when I think of these girls, grooming is the last thing I'm thinking about.
The funny thing is, I was thinking when Mike was betting, it's going to be 2 limp balls and a chimp crutch.
But I'm telling you,
I don't think Mike's wrong. There was at some point
No,
we'll
I
find out
get
there was
what
some
he's saying.
outside
Of course,
influence.
'cause all
But
those
at the root of
organizations
it,
are
these girls made a
manipulated.
decision.
Yeah.
They made a decision.
Oh, they
And then
did, of course.
At some
I'm not
point, someone
saying
may have
anything
influenced them.
about
It
that.
doesn't matter. They made a decision.
If we stay in the confines of this country and I decide to murder Dave,
yeah,
just because he's sitting
the
next to me,
show
and it's like-
fucking
but what I'm
ratings go
saying
way
is,
up.
say I was brainwashed. Does that mean I'm off for murder? Because, no, it doesn't.
Right.
They committed a crime, and it was basically treason. So,
Yeah.
fuck it.
Yeah. I mean, how many times in our lives have we been manipulated by people and we thought at the time that it was the right thing to do, and then after go like, what the fuck was I thinking?
The right thing to do. You talk about egging someone's house.
Yes,
or
Craig.
being stupid.
Yes, Craig.
It's
But I'm
not-
saying it don't
this-
matter. When you're young like that, you can be manipulated to do anything.
No.
Yes,
At
you
19
can.
years old.
Yes, you
I don't
can.
give a fuck who it was. Came up to me and said, "You're gonna stab that
Well, that's
guy."
you.
at
That's what I'm saying.
at
It's not
McDonald's in the
everyone.
neck." I'd be like, "No."
That's what I'm saying. We're all different, dude.
All right, so I'll be honest. If Uncle Mike told me to stab someone, I'd do it right now.
yeah, I would too. That's
You have to.
That's what I'm saying.
or else you'll get stabbed.
So the other girl here was 15 when she left.
Now
That's a little different.
that's his argument.
Listen. I'm
That
not saying
is
Mike's
his
wrong.
argument.
But
Yeah.
what's the difference between the 19-year-old and the 15-year-old? Their mentality could be the same.
That's
you don't
a big
know.
4 years right there.
It is.
Yeah,
4
but their
years.
mentality could be the same. We don't know who these girls are.
And
with
the
where their
mentality of the
levels.
murderer that took out 19 people with a car
Listen, I'm
driving
just
into
trying
a
to
shopping
say-
center.
I'm just trying
we
to
could
avoid-
debate this all night. What I'm
Yeah.
saying is, though, ultimately we got to draw a line somewhere.
Yeah.
And they're coming back and saying, oopsie, we were wrong. By
a
the way,
fine
we
line
were
again.
involved with the murders of how many countless soldiers trying to bring peace to the
I know.
Middle East.
But I'm
Enough.
just saying we
Yeah.
don't have enough information about these girls.
How about
to-
this?
to make a point?
So
is
how
what
about
I'm
this?
saying.
So how about this then? The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
That's bullshit.
So just fucking
bullshit.
leave them where they are.
That's bullshit.
No, leave them where they are.
Yeah.
What do you mean that's bullshit?
So fucking if everyone in here had said, all right, we're gonna kill Craig, and we need to do it.
Well, that is the
All
needs
right,
of the
how's
many.
that gonna happen?
That
How's
is
that gonna-
the needs
yeah,
of the
How's
many.
that gonna go? Actually, yeah, that needs to go
Yeah,
down.
that-
but anyway,
I think it's
how's
funny-
How does that fucking fall on
No,
you?
but my point being is, so you make an example out of them and stop.
How would you like to
The
be the
other
example, though? You can't fucking
Hey, man.
say that, dude.
Hey,
no,
man.
hey man, I
Hey,
made a
that
mistake.
Whatever
fucking
happened to
sucks.
don't do the crime if you can't do the time?
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever
That's true.
happened to that?
I'm
But
sorry.
that's
I
an
just
overall-
I just think it's funny that Mike thinks Craig would be target number 1 in this room. I know.
Why is everybody looking at me now?
That's my point.
Listen, motherfuckers,
Listen,
I got a punch shirt on.
I
It's not for
think
fucking- not
I
for
think
jokes.
we almost kind of just fell into what we talked about.
Yeah,
we
I
got
mean-
sucked into a headline for a minute.
Yeah, we did.
I also think that there's some level of truth to we need to get all the information first. Maybe there's some other
No,
stuff going
yeah.
on. Maybe there was other things going on that we don't know about. But at the end of the day, these girls participated as terrorists,
Right.
right? And so I think
At the end of the day, is that what that thumbs up was for, Brad?
But
Thank you.
I think that there's credence to both of
Oh,
our
now-
arguments
now
at
you're
different
fucking-
levels.
Now you're getting his guilty pleasures going. You're fucking
No,
like saying,
you know,
what
I
you
gotta
want to
make
say.
up
You know
for
what's
it.
funny is you're 100% right because we made a list of things that pisses off.
That
And
pisses me off.
my first one was
Mike?
people that comment or get fired up over articles because of headlines without actually reading into it.
Yep. See, there you go. That ties right into.
So,
Yeah.
Maybe you're right. No, you're not, but I'm just thinking. But that's what I was thinking.
Listen, I'm just talking.
Can I
I'm
raise my hand though?
Yes.
Can we be funny again?
Yeah.
No.
I'm really trying. I mean, I know that everybody
We've been
that's
trying for
listening
a
out
year and
there
a
is
half,
like,
right?
yeah, no, they're not happening. And you don't get to say that because you haven't been on that long.
I'm sorry. I feel like I had to speak up because
I'm sad now.
I've at least listened to him.
All right.
Mike?
All right, can we scroll the fuck down?
Yeah.
Yep.
I think we made our point, and that was none.
Yeah.
None. No point, maybe.
All right, what's pissing us off? Because we're approaching an hour plus already. So let's go into it. And since it's his show and he's already made it clear that, he's probably the target of any kind of anti-American
go ahead,
strike.
Dave. No.
Mike's just mad that we're killing his recruiting attempts right now.
Exactly. And,
Damn it.
this beard is no accident.
Well, I kind of started it with my first one.
Well, then go on to your
Yeah,
second.
exactly.
No, it was, people who suddenly become economic and political experts online.
Oh, we've covered this at
Oh
nauseam.
my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah,
Definitely.
we've
We've had at least 2 or 3 shows.
you have
on
an
it.
opinion,
Everybody does.
and you don't have the answer.
Or
No,
a
but-
answer.
I
Or,
like
you know
that.
what I mean. You
That
have
should
an
be a
opinion.
bumper sticker right there, kid. You have an opinion, but not the answer. What a great
and,
fucking-
and even
wow.
that goes back to my original one, was people that comment and get all fired up over an article that they just read the headline of. You don't even have an opinion. You have an assumption
Yeah.
because you just read the headline of an article. You didn't read the article. If you completely read the article, then you have an opinion.
And sometimes you
Maybe.
can't go for
Maybe.
that either. You got to
Maybe.
go for multiple.
But if you're just
articles
going off the
to
headline,
get the truth.
like today, like I said, I seen 1,000 people. Bob Kraft was arrested. He's a sex trafficker. No, he gets hand jobs.
Right.
You know?
Jesse Smollett was attacked by 2 conservatives.
Yeah,
Right?
Wrong.
There you go.
wrong. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. In Nigeria, a little conservative. They were the 2 whitest conservative Nigerians I've ever seen.
Oh, their capitalism is outrageous. They just keep trying to take money from me. They keep calling me like, "Hey, give me your money. Give me your money."
It's so funny. They all wear MAGA hats. They all have MAAG. They're all spelled backwards.
Do you know why they're all wearing those hats? Because it's fucking hot there, and they're just trying to keep the sun out of their eyes.
By the way, shout out to all of our listener in Ghana.
Yes.
Yeah.
Keep that MAGA hat tucked in well, friend,
What I mean,
or whatever you
Right.
got on.
what about you?
Well, it kind of ties into the whole online thing because I agree with you. We've made this argument a million times.
Yeah.
One of the problems I have with online arguments is that most of the time you'll argue in a safe space in that you'll make your point on a post or a page where you already know people are going to agree with you. And because most of this country is already so anti-Trump, whether or not they even realize why, they're going to just say things that stoke a fire that's already been burning. There's really no point in doing it. Right. Screaming to the choir doesn't do much.
Yeah.
So I got a problem with that, but I think online, to dumb this down a bit and bring it back to needless to say level, I got a problem with people.
Cock. Sorry.
Thanks, Craig. Don't be. There's never a bad time to just interject with that.
Well, you said needless to say level. So,
I
could've-
got
you could've
something to
said tits.
contribute.
there you go.
Oh, nice.
do
You could have
love
said tits, kid.
No, I apologize. I'm sorry.
I do love the needless to say Tourette's that just happens. It's great. I also hate people who use text speak in real life situations. I work with people who say LOL.
They say it. They
LOL.
say it.
Yes.
Now
I
that
had
is
one
fucked
guy
up.
try to say like AF, meaning, when you say something's as
yeah.
fuck.
Just tell them F you.
Exactly. But then they come with like, oh, God, I'm tired AF. I'm like, no, you're not.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, because you
Are
didn't
you
spend a whole lot of
fucking
time
serious?
thinking up that sentence.
Yeah.
You can't be that fucking tired.
Yeah, see,
Wow.
that. Well, it's
That,
funny.
that just fucking rules
Is
it
it-
all. Anybody says
Brandon
that to me.
said that about the thing, so I sent him in text, LOL, on numerous
Well,
occasions.
LOL was my next point.
I do it to him too.
Because I was like, haha, I
did it today.
LOL. But
All
then,
right.
then he realized he meant saying it. And I was like, I never say it.
Yeah, a lot of people say it, but I mean, even if in typing it, Okay, nothing is really making you laugh out loud. If you're reading a text and Dave's just trying to end the conversation by throwing out an obligatory LOL, because that's what people do now.
It made me snicker.
I do two
it all the
things when
time.
I want to end a conversation, and Craig knows this. I'll either throw up that thumbs up
up.
emoji.
Oh, I know that.
That's me saying,
I
okay,
know that.
this
Oh,
conversation.
Don't bother me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go eat.
Or I'll say LOL.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody is laughing out loud that much.
Yep.
Okay, and if you throw out that ROFLMAO, okay, go fuck yourself. Seriously, just die. Just go find Jussie Smollett and these two fucking imports from ISIS.
So can we say
I like
that texting?
SMPL. Shit in my pants laughing.
I'm sorry, my confidence is just like wilting over here because I'm thinking back to all the times Brad has given me a thumbs up in our day.
Occasionally, I mean it. Occasionally,
Yeah.
I mean, but there's a
in a while.
lot of times where like Craig will write this diatribe, and you know, I'm not even gonna wince saying it.
It's so funny because I see it happening too. I'm like, Brad's just yeah.
I know.
Bing!
No, at the end of
There's
it,
the
he's just like,
thumb.
I'm busy. I'm working.
And it
Bang,
doesn't
it's
mean
a
I don't
thumbs up.
agree with you. It's just
it's
I'm
like,
not
well-
willing to agree with you verbally.
Verbally.
Yeah.
And I get it. And I'm like, all right, so I won't send
Isn't
him
it,
anything
isn't it
for a
that
while.
fucked up that texting is gonna go the way of like English throughout like in the 20s people said certain things and did certain things.
23 skidoo.
Yeah, shit like that. You know what I mean? And fucking texting is just gonna go the way of the same 23 skidoo. Yeah, I guess
Yeah, I'm
they
going to
did.
start texting that.
23 skidoo.
I think Mike has the most efficient way to end conversations on text.
By talking,
He just
Yeah.
disappears.
Yeah.
Just don't say anything.
Just silence for 4 days.
fucking throw the thing down and go away.
Right. Just nothing from Mike. We end up texting
I like when
Leslie.
he
We're
read,
like, hey,
this is what I think. That's when I stopped reading it.
I see Mike in a few dots and just turn the phone off.
You see, you have those wiggling dots. You're like, all right, fuck it. Let's-
meanwhile, Mike's passed out with his elbow on the phone.
Yeah, the funny thing is those wiggling dots
The-
go
the
on
entire
for hours.
text is
dude.
the letter
You ever
J.
watch them? They'll just sit there going for hours.
I got a problem with a lot of that. I work in a company that's trying to be younger and try to take adult things and try to make them accessible to young people.
so they hide you.
So they do these emoji things.
Yeah.
But now they're showing up in subject lines of emails, and they're showing up on like all our communications.
That's fucking scary.
Okay, don't tell me something is fucking 100, and don't tell me something is fucking fire.
yeah.
Okay, seriously, if I'm looking at what I do I can't really get into it.
You're a
but,
professional.
but don't tell me what we're selling is fire.
100.
If I have a need for
I've
it-
never been in a text where 100.
You've
or
never been in a
fire.
text. You could have ended the
Yeah,
sentence
you
there.
could end it.
Okay. Okay.
But I got a real problem with the way we're dumbing down a lot of the way we communicate. And you know what? I don't want to get all George Orwell, but you know what? He did call it. Of
course
and
he
that's
did.
that. So
He did. And we got
Oh,
Dave.
thank God.
Oh, can we play the Imagine
that's all it
Dragons?
took.
Can we play the Imagine Dragons now?
Fuck that band. Fuck their name. Fuck everything about them. All the people that pretend to like them. They're all a bunch of assholes.
Right? Exactly.
Bunch of no talent. I don't know who I'm quoting. No talent ass clowns.
yeah.
It was the guy from Office Space. That's who it was. Fuck that band.
All right.
They are
I hear
awful.
You, bro. They fucking suck.
God
I'm sorry.
damn it. Which
I'm
leads me into the other thing that
100%
pisses me
behind
off. Hipsters. And their tight goddamn
Oh,
jeans.
God.
I've never seen more 25-year-old men wearing pants than my 7-year-old son can wear.
Wearing
if-
Spanx. Like,
Yes!
Like you're wearing leggings.
Like, if your nuts are in your pockets, you shouldn't be wearing those pants.
Guys that are bald in the front with ponytails in the back wearing those fucking clothes. That
You
is
mean
the
you mean they
worst.
have a skullet?
You mean
Skull it.
You mean
Skull it.
Ron?
Ron. Not anymore. Not anymore, but yeah.
I just love that we're all hating on Imagine Dragons, and 3 of the 4 guys at this table actually do that. They sit around and Imagine Dragons.
I play Dungeons and Dragons. I don't imagine them.
God.
Oh my god, I'm kidding.
All right. So another problem I have is listening to people eating cereal.
He's got
You've
kids, obviously.
Good luck.
I listen to more mouths smack open and close every week. There's no way that Cheerios should be that disgusting.
You know, can I piggyback on that?
I was hoping you would, because I really don't have anything
No,
else.
listen. What my son does this, and my older daughter does not. I don't know where he got it from. he drinks the milk after he eats his cereal.
I do.
Yeah.
That fucking drives me bananas. I want to gag. I have to leave the table when he's done eating his cereal so I don't hear him drink his milk.
Really?
I'm getting angry thinking about it.
Sipping it out of the bowl like a soup.
Like, if we talk about this more than 3 minutes, I'm going home and punting him out his window so he won't be around to eat breakfast.
Keep talking.
Like, honestly, like I don't know why it skeeves me out.
Would you rather just throw out the milk down the drain?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
weird, dude.
No,
Like,
what's funny is I do it now. I do that now, and I eat a lot of cereal.
I've seen you pour a gallon of milk into a box of cereal and eat it.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, I've seen that. And then I leave promptly after you're done crunching.
And now I've got to a point where now I can't drink all the milk when
That's
I'm
too
done. I can't. Too much. I'll shit my pants. I will. That's where it's gonna. That's where we're gonna go if I drink the milk after. So I eat the cereal and usually, but I did it for years. I don't get it.
I don't know. I can't.
Especially if you got like crunch berries or something. It's
Oh my
delicious.
no, I can't.
Doesn't faze me in the
It would-
slightest.
with this
I
kid-
actually look forward to it because that means they're done going.
Oh my god, dude.
I bought him a
berries.
bowl with a straw built into it to help him.
remember those.
I don't want to
Witness
discourage
it.
the kid, but I want to fucking throttle him when I hear it.
You know what sucks? Is I would
I want to throttle him when I hear it.
My
I love
God,
it.
I am a huge fucking cereal fan, but I haven't eaten cereal in probably
7
like
minutes?
a year.
Because it's all
I
the way in
can't.
the cabinet in the kitchen.
No, but I can't. I can't, man. I can't drink milk anymore, man. I'm fucking done the next day. I'm done. I cannot do milk.
How many
anymore.
episodes
Sucks.
have we missed because of milk? I want to know.
A bunch, man. A bunch.
Sorry guys,
Crunch
I can't make it
berries.
Friday.
Dave,
Lucky
what's
Charms.
berries.
so
rock.
Dave got his. Mike, what's bothering you?
Oh, fucking definitely. We talked about this, though, obviously. Fucking people who troll the internet every fucking day to find some fake cause to fucking get recognition.
We kind of got into that already.
Yeah, we already went through
Yeah.
that. But I've been thinking about this all week. The Amy Sedaris show is the top fucking thing that pisses me off. I cannot stand it. It sucks. Why does she have a fucking spot on Comedy fucking Central? Why?
It is a bad show.
It's a terrible show. It's not bad. It's terrible.
All right, but she was on a show that was very successful.
It don't
and
fucking
shares
matter.
the candy.
This is the second season of the show. They picked it up again.
Well,
It
clearly
sucks.
you're not the target audience.
Fucking clearly, no one is a target.
No, what's
audience.
funny is there was
It's
one
terrible.
there was
It's
one
horrible.
episode that I watched that was actually pretty goddamn funny. There was one episode that I watched that was funny as a bastard, and I don't like her show.
Why was it funny? Not because of her, I'll bet.
No, it was because it was just a good episode. It was a well written episode.
terrible.
It was funny. It was stupid but funny, and it made me laugh. But
Okay.
Stupid but
fuck
funny.
her.
She was the secretary in Elf, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
That was the peak of her career,
Yep.
if I remember right.
Yeah, you got that
That
right.
was it. Okay.
Her brother's funny. Her brother's a writer. And David Sedaris, he's funny as shit. This guy
Obviously, he
actually
doesn't
does
write
book
for his
readings,
sister.
Yeah.
but they turn into stand-up comedy shows. He reads from his books, and the crowd's dying. You know, and he did like a Roses Are Red poem, and he ended with cunt. This guy's
So
no
give
joke.
him the
He's-
show.
He's
What the
funny as
fuck are
shit,
they
but his
doing?
sister's riding the coattails so bad.
yeah,
All right, can we get on to something that people care about?
yeah. One thing I can't stand that pisses me off is people that sit there with you, you're having a conversation, and they're just regurgitating ideas that they heard from TV
It's not their
or
own
somebody.
thoughts.
It's not their own thoughts.
Like every Friday.
Think for your fucking self.
It's kind of like social media come to life.
yeah.
You know,
You're
I don't have
just-
my own thought, but here's a link I read.
Oh yeah. Or this is what I heard today on the news. You know, that pisses me off. Think about it.
No individuality.
Is it like
you know?
like that guy in Goodwill Hunting at the bar that was trying to pick up the chicks and just reciting
Yeah,
books and
yes,
Matt Damon
right.
calls
Yeah.
his bullshit?
Yeah, exactly.
That
Just
guy.
regurgitating
That guy.
what you've heard without
wish I'd
actually
seen that
thinking
movie.
about it
And trying to pass it off
and
like you had that thought.
like that was you. Yeah.
Oh.
You guys all saw that movie, Goodwill Hunting?
Everybody saw that movie fucking 15 years ago when it came out, and
So
Like,
what
when
do
you
I need, a
watch
time
it-
machine and go back in time and watch it? Is that what you're saying?
no, to go in the
No.
future in 5 years and watch it.
You need to dust off your VHS player.
yeah.
No way, that thing don't work.
It's called a VCR.
Since we're talking about movies, I got to say this. Somebody who went back in time watched Eddie Murphy play all the members of his family is a guy named Tyler Perry.
God damn.
Oh,
And so, Craig, I saw this on your list, but I jumped ahead because I want you to talk about this. Medea is supposed to die in this movie.
this is the last one.
And you know what? I
Doesn't
can't
matter.
fucking
Halloween
wait.
is going to be a ghost of Medea anyway.
I was
There's gonna be another movie.
I was
It's
never
coming,
so
trust me.
happy to see when they said the last of the Medea movies. I was like, yes.
How many are there?
It doesn't
Who gives a fuck? They're all bad.
Good. That
There's two. Too many.
There's two.
Yeah, too many.
I had no idea.
And I was like,
A dad joke on top of a bad movie joke.
and I was like, one of the things that pisses me off more than anything was Medea movies. And then I thought, well, basically, Tyler Perry.
Right? Yeah, that's his
'Cause
career.
He's fucking horrible.
It's terrible.
Don't get you know what? I give him respect. He made his way into what he was doing, and he's doing his thing.
What did
and
he
good for
do?
him.
He showed up on
jack-
movie
but-
sets and said, "I'm in this movie now."
Yeah.
and that's all he
jack
did.
shit.
And then eventually
And
he
then-
got a movie deal because people felt guilty because they felt like the guy had something to do. And all he did was what Eddie Murphy did with the clumps.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's
And
over Big
and
Mama's
over
house.
and
And
over-
Eddie Murphy
yeah.
says
Yes.
nothing or
Yeah,
nothing
Martin.
about it or
Martin Lawrence.
Martin Lawrence with Big Mama's house. He did. That's all he did.
Yep.
And then, but the thing is, then he has that. Oh, it was so fucking funny. Fran got
He's promoted
stuck
a
on
lot
a
of
channel
people, that's
watching
the
it
thing.
one day. Like she was just laying on the couch and it was on, and it's that
The
soap
remote
opera
was
that
way
he
over
does.
there.
He's on a soap opera.
He has like a soap opera. You could not possibly. Birdemic was written way better.
This is
Yeah, it was written way back. It was so fucking bad that I looked at my wife like, "What do you watch?" She's like, "Well, the remote was." She was sick. She was laying on the couch. She's like, "The remote's over there," and I'm like, "Oh, you want me to change it?" She goes, "Well, not now." She's like, "I'm like, this is horrible." She's like, "Yeah, it is." But I
need to see it through
she's like, I
now.
need to see
You know
it
what that
through.
dude needs? That dude needs some fucking Jussie Smollett is what he needs, man.
Yeah.
Get that fucking guy in
No,
there.
no.
Get
What
the
he
movie
needs is
going.
to actually have some Trump people beat him up.
Hey, I'd be happy if a couple of Nigerians beat him up.
Yeah, exactly.
That's going to be Medea goes to Nigeria. Looking forward to that one. Tyler Perry did have one good acting role. He was in the Star Trek reboot, and his best scene was when he walked out of the scene,
Yes,
and that was it.
Perry was
he's
in that
horrendous.
movie.
He's a horrendous writer. He's a horrendous director.
Yeah.
he's just bad. And I'm sorry, people like him. I don't
Who
see
likes
how.
him? Who likes him?
Enough that he made fucking 9 Medea movies.
People who like him feel like they have to like him for who he is.
I will say this: I really look forward to the day where he puts on a really heavy wool suit and just walks into the ocean. Okay, I'm okay with that. All right, can we get on to something that affects people now?
Yes.
And it kind of ties into the whole social media thing again. But one of the problems I have is it used to be when you type something into a Google search, eventually you learn to expect. We've been conditioned to expect that the ads were going to reflect what we
Yeah.
search for. And you know what? That's almost fair game. You put it into the computer, it comes out of the computer. Fair game. You want to stay connected, that's the price you pay. The problem I have now is that I'm starting to say things aloud within the vicinity of my phone, and all of a sudden, targeted Facebook posts and the ads on the sides of it are starting to reflect that. For people who spend a lot of time on Facebook, this isn't news, but I feel like we're all just
scary.
kind of being like, all right, when we should be like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
What the fuck?
We should be with the fuck.
And so, I'm getting to a point now. It just happened not too long ago to me where I was looking for a very specific piece of computer equipment, and I mentioned it to my wife in my home office, which sadly has got microphones because I got a work computer, my phone, a home computer,
that
two different
camera in
monitors.
the corner and the
The hole in the door.
yeah, the whole.
You got an Alexa in there.
Okay,
too,
what
right?
what is the point of having a hole in the door when it's just me at home all day?
I guess we'll have to go to the video for that answer, Brad.
I'm just getting a little
Watch them
concerned now
splinters.
that things are being said, and you guys actually mentioned something that was even a little scarier. Craig went to
Well-
Best Buy.
Yeah, I went to Best Buy on Wednesday. I had a couple of hours to kill between the jobs, so we were just like doing shit. I went to Best Buy and I looked at a piece of video equipment, And I didn't say anything about it, and it was very random. I was like, okay, let me just look at this. And I looked at a piece of it, and I picked it up. I'm looking at it. I'm like, wow, this thing's pretty cool. It was a little more expensive than I wanted to spend. So I put it down, and I walked away. And the next morning, when I woke up, it was the first thing in my Facebook feed.
That's
No shit.
And then not only that, it was the first thing, and then similar items
No shit.
all to the side of it, like to scroll through. And I'm like, I didn't say anything. I was standing at it by myself.
Yeah, that's scary
And
shit.
it's something that I haven't looked at. So it's not like I was looking at video equipment before this, and it was like, here's the next step. Oh, maybe check this out. This was something totally new that I've never looked at video equipment.
You hadn't researched it on your phone or looked it up. Nothing.
No.
You went to a store,
Yeah,
picked
see,
up a
that's
thing,
fucking-
put it down, and that was it.
And the next day on Facebook, it was the first fucking thing
Now
I
the
saw.
thing. Now when you looked at it, was it sponsored by that same store?
No, it
Was
wasn't by the
Best
store,
Buy?
but it was the same company
Same company.
that made it.
I have a theory on
That's
this.
gotta be
We're all
to do
worried
with the
about
store.
microphones and cameras. I think our GPS is the problem.
GPS is a huge
And you
problem.
said it today. You
Huge.
said the thing today that made me think, holy shit.
I think what happens is I think all these devices have proximity sensors that are checking it out, and your phone being connected, and since all of your accounts are connected to it, so your Gmail account is hooked up on your
Yes.
phone and also hooked up to your computer. I think what happened is you're in Best Buy, a store that literally deals in connected electronics
And I
100% of the time.
I spent a little time in front of it. It's not like I walked by it. I spent time
No,
in
I think,
front of it.
and what
as long
happened
as you're
is
in the store, it doesn't matter. You're in that store, all that. shit
But you
be
can
picked up.
that would get him ads for everything in that store.
Right. Yeah.
I think the fact that he stayed there, the devices were talking to each other. And
Yeah.
the GPS was saying he's in this part of this Best Buy, and this is the signal that's
And I
pinging
stood there.
back.
I
Apple,
actually
baby.
looked at it. So I was there for a few minutes with it, looking at it,
Yeah.
checking it out, looking at the box. So it was like, oh, he's interested in this.
I still think the voice thing is happening because I've still mentioned things in passing that
yeah.
show up. And maybe it's like theater of the mind. Maybe it's all been in my
Coincidence,
feed all
right.
along, and I'm
Yep.
just noticing it now. But I really think what you're describing is not a coincidence.
No,
Well, that-
you know what we do?
and-
is
and-
do it
and
again. Let's do it again.
I'm not even joking. It was literally the next morning. I got up and I always open my phone up in the morning and I scroll through it, see if there's any messages from you guys.
Yeah,
'Cause
let's-
Brad will throw something out at 2 a.m. randomly or something. You know what I mean? For that, so I always check and I look and I'm like, boom, the first fucking.
We should
I was
test that theory
That's the
out.
exact product I was looking at.
We should test that theory. Should do that again. Do that run again.
Mike, I want you on at Best Buy 9:00 tomorrow morning.
Let's do it.
tomorrow morning.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
No,
I'm
no,
serious.
not us, just you.
yeah.
No,
just-
I don't have a phone.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid. I know
Mike's
the
like, I was
government's
going
after
to
me.
test an amazing video and see what pops up.
No, you need
to cover his tracks.
You need to end that sentence. I don't have a phone and skip the I'm not stupid part.
He's like,
I don't have fucking people fucking.
Yeah, they're
looking down
tracking
my
your
ass, you know?
Blockbuster card.
he'll look awfully.
My Blockbuster card.
Mike's
Fucking
gonna look awfully
Blockbuster.
stupid walking through Best Buy with a rotary phone and 300 feet of wire behind him.
Yeah.
Leslie outside calling in an airstrike.
All right, fuck
You know, I've been wondering why Pornhub says "Good morning, Dave" every morning when I turn my phone on.
Well, that's another thing that I hate. Pornhub with the share to Facebook.
With the shit.
Why do they
Yeah.
have that button there? Share to
I
Facebook?
know, it's-
No, we're good.
It's
You know,
too close. It's kind of close too.
But let's get into some quick hit things that piss us off because
Yeah.
we're getting way into the night now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to lead off with something that doesn't warrant any discussion. Yoo-hoo. Yoo-hoo's gross.
What is it?
Yoo-hoo is not chocolate milk. It's not chocolate soda. It's chocolate drink. And if you drink it, you're wrong.
But it tastes so
It
good.
is- no, it doesn't. It is.
I love it. It's so good.
You know, it's the fruit juice
I haven't
version
had it
of
in
like
years,
that,
man.
that colored water you'd buy in barrel-shaped plastic bottles.
the chocolate flavor.
Well, it was
of
funny you
Hey,
said that.
what do you want to drink? Purple.
Those fucking-
I had purple.
Get me a green one.
You ever drink those things and they like hurt the roof of your mouth?
Yeah, I drank one that had a tooth fall out.
Me and Craig drank one that was in my fridge for fucking years with moonshine mixed in it.
It was just it was
For
horrible.
years, it was in my fridge
They,
for 3
they
years.
blame the barrel, not the
Yeah,
moonshine.
yeah, it's
Yeah.
totally
and then
bad.
and we just looked at it and like, you know what? Let's fucking drink it.
Because
It
when
was
Mike
the
drank that,
worst
he was worried
fucking-
about tooth decay.
Yeah, he's only got one to worry about. That's why.
Well, we've talked about popular shows.
Let's drink moonshine.
We've talked about popular shows and movies, and one thing that pisses me off more than anything is people that go out of their way to tell you that they don't watch those shows just to be contrarian. You know, it's like, I don't watch those because I haven't. I'm above all of you.
It's like those.
It's like it's a popular movie. I didn't see it. It can't be that popular.
Well, it's like the assholes that used to say, well, I don't even own a TV.
Yep.
Again, but you spent 9 hours watching YouTube videos on your PC.
Yes.
And your response is, I didn't ask if you owned a TV.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
They bring it up on their own.
And Game of Thrones, which you mentioned already, is actually one of the biggest things. Well, I don't watch Game of
I
Thrones.
don't watch game, but not even that somebody asked them. They just came out.
They
to
volunteer
tell you.
the information.
They volunteer.
Yes.
I've never watched this.
You know what? I've said it before. I'll tell you what pisses me off. My fucking ex and her entire family.
You may have mentioned
extended, adopted, fuck them. Fuck whoever they know.
adopted.
Whoever they breathe next to, fuck that family.
You may have mentioned it.
Did I say that before?
You maybe.
Once.
Fuck my ex and her family. Yeah. Just in case Craig fell asleep.
Based on the way you're describing her, that's not a big challenge.
No.
It's so fucked up that you say that because that was mine too. It was your family and your extended family. Yes, they all fucking pissed me off too, dude.
I can't wait to
All
make
the
that
way.
T-shirt. Fuck Dave's extended family.
Oh my God. All right, before I get too mad, storm out. Craig, what's pissing you
But I
off?
love you, brother.
Olives.
Stuffed ones,
Stupid dirt balls.
black ones, or
Moist
the green.
dirt balls.
Just love that. I love.
Honestly, if you want to bite into something and know what it's like to drown, just eat an olive.
Yeah, exactly.
It's exactly what it tastes like.
Oh my
It
god.
tastes like
Which
mud.
ones? What are you talking about?
It
The
tastes
black
like
ones,
salt
the green
water.
Stuffed ones.
Every olive ever grown on the
you
planet
kidding
tastes like
me?
shit.
Are you serious?
Wet shit.
All right.
Fucking olives. Oh my
I think most of our audience would have agreed on this about an hour ago, but we're going to say it now.
Yes.
Let's wrap it up.
my God. Jesus.
God, I got olives to eat. Let's
Let's do a little housekeeping. In case any of you were left, do yourself a favor. Go over to social media and try to convince people this is not how we really are. You go to @NTS_podcast and lie through your teeth and tell people that we're actually pretty fucking good on this on every episode other than 77.
Charlie, please promote every other episode.
yeah, please.
All right, Craig, take us out.
Needless to say, we said it.